Thanks, you guys. We're going to keep the show moving right along by bringing up the next gentleman from the comedy class. Please give a nice warm welcome to Trent Sherwood.
If you could turn to your hymnal. Thank you very much for coming out tonight to see the rookie night. Here, what we like to lovingly refer to as the real schmucks of Norfolk County. I, of course, am an official schmuck. I do have kids. When my son was first born, I was young, I was foolish, I had no idea what I was doing. That's pretty much how I got the blessed child to begin with. And with the first child, you have no idea what you're doing. He cries and you can't respond. He can't talk. His miming skills suck. You end up either becoming a great mind reader or a raging alcoholic. And I'll let you figure out which group I go in. And when you have a young mother, they're typically very paranoid. With my wife, with our firstborn, she would check every reference for any babysitter before she would approve them. By the time our second came around, she was fine as long as they weren't a registered sex offender. And on some nights, even that wasn't necessarily a deal breaker. But as kids get older, they test you. And I thought I could handle it. Until I found out I got a 105 on math and a 75 on verbal. But what is going on today, as tough as it is to be a parent, we've got to take care of our kids. You can't forget about your kids, and you can't leave them to cook in the cars. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but a couple of weeks ago, a guy in Georgia got arrested for intentionally cooking his kid in the car. Turns out when they found him, he was holding a meat thermometer. Oh, it's okay, it gets better. But at least my youngest son is a very generous sort. He'll walk the elderly across the street. And while I take great pride in the initiative, fact is it was a 6-lane highway and they had no desire to cross the street. He actually lost a couple of them when they tried to navigate their own way back. But as tough as parenting is, marriage can be a little bit tougher sometimes. Their mother and I got divorced when my kids were very young. And with divorced parents, you have to decide who gets to spend those special days with the kids. Birthdays, she got. Proms, she got. I, on the other hand, got visiting day at the Youth Detention Center. But the fact of the matter is you're always advocating for your child. It may be going up to a coach and asking for a little more playing time. It may be going up to the teacher and asking if your child can try out for the lead in the play. In my case, it was going up to the judge and asking him, why can't he be tried as an adult? But I got good news. Both my kids went to college. Bad news, they both majored in incomplete. My oldest son lost his job last year and came back to live with us. They call these kids boomerang kids. I don't know. I had a boomerang when I was a kid. I would throw it, it would never come back. I would suggest we call them yo-yo kids. A yo-yo always comes back to you, and it never fails to hit you in the balls on the way back. And when I was a kid, my dad ruled with an iron fist. There were no discussions. I sat down with my yo-yo son to go over the house rules, and he brought Jim Sokolov. And guess who got to pay that bill too? But it wasn't always like this. When I was young and single, I was carefree, and I chased women with reckless abandon. There was one night when I left a bar with the most beautiful woman in the place. She got a little nervous when she noticed I was following her. But I walked up to her and I said, I want to make beautiful love to you. And she said, over my dead body. And I said, okay, whatever works for you. Because I'm a giver. You know, I even gave her an excellent review on ChristianMingle.com. Another night I was at a dance club and I saw this blonde across the room. She was gorgeous, knocked your socks off, gorgeous. And I thought to myself, I would like to screw her brains out. And then I talked to her for a couple of minutes and realized somebody had beat me to it. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Trent Sherwood. Sure was going to kill him. I'm the one who told him to do the beat thermometer line, so.